All right, welcome back to another video. Today what I'm going to be doing is putting a bottom bracket and crankset onto this Walmart bike. So I've got this, and I've mentioned it in other videos, this JG crankset. So here's the JG crankset. I'm gonna open it up. This was $29 on Amazon. I'll show you everything in the box. So you've got the crank arms here. In the listing, it does say crank arms only, but you can see here it does come with a bottom bracket right here. Here's the other crank arm. Of course, it's wedged in there pretty decent. The JG there. It's a 104 BC. So this is just like the IXF, or I'm told it's very similar to the Holotech. We'll set that there. The thing that I like the most about this is these little caps, instead of being plastic, are actually aluminum. So I think that's kind of an upgrade over the IXF, which I'm pretty sure is plastic. These are plastic. So, all right, that's everything in the box. Okay, so here's the cap. It looks like it's threaded on with a flathead. As you turn it, it does have some little plastic threads in there that kind of let it wind out. Now there's a 14mm bolt in here. Right there. Now time for this tool here. This threads in. I highly recommend this tool. It'll keep you from beating the crank arms up. Although I guess if you're not planning to keep them, I don't know that maybe it doesn't matter so much. But it is. This does make it a lot easier. All right, so if I hit bottom there, I think this is 14. I think that's 14 as well. Turn that the other way. These are usually pretty tight, and it makes it a little easier if you can get a good angle here between these two to where you're almost kind of like pulling them together like this. I've noticed that kind of helps. So what's happening is these are pressed on. So this piece is grabbed a hold of the crank arm. This piece here is threaded through this, pushing on the bottom bracket stem piece, or spindle, I guess you'd call it. So I'm kind of pushing it off with that inner bolt. Okay, now that that's loose, I should be able to wiggle and get that off. And there you go. You've got your square taper there, and here's your square taper bottom bracket. All right, this piece was already missing. Probably fell out on the trail, I would imagine. Okay, got that loose. All right, so now we got that. I'm gonna wind this back in so that we have clearance. All right. Just the pedal is in the way. I'd say it'd be a lot easier with the pedals off for sure, but all right. Now we've got that bottomed out. Go ahead and roll this around so we can kind of position it in the same way that we did before. I hope if I set my ratchet correctly. Get this guy back around. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take this off. Kind of set it down there. All right, our next tool that is going to be needed is going to be this. And that fits inside here like that and grabs these teeth. This one here can be used with a wrench, or you can put it in an impact and try that. If you do that, definitely be very careful because these things want to strip really easily, although this one's probably steel. But on a lot of your higher end bikes, these will be aluminum. So I've got my impact here. Now the way these come out, they come out as if you were pedaling them. So if you were bringing this out, this one's going to be your typical counterclockwise to get it out. Okay. All right, so we've got this one out. All right, so this side is going to be, instead of lefty-loosey, this side's going to be righty-loosey. So clockwise to loosen it, as I mentioned before, as if you're pedaling it. There we go. That thing did not want to let go. All right. All right, so we've got 2 pounds and 2.3 ounces for the bottom bracket, crank arms, and sprocket. So I'm going to go ahead and get our other one up here so we can compare it. All right, our new set here is 1 pound, 11.2 ounces. So if the pedaling action removed it, the opposite of that is going to be the one that tightens it. So you have to make sure that you get the right one on the right side for that reason. We've got this one in. All right, that's good. Good and tight. All right, so now we're going to go to the other side. You can kind of see that is nice and on there. So be very careful as you put these in. They start getting tight. You might have something wrong. Definitely stop what you're doing. Examine that you have the right one on the right side and that everything is good. These should not be difficult to get in. Okay, almost there. All right, good and tight there. So now we will flip this guy back around, is put a little bit of this stuff, anti-seize stuff in here. Okay, now hopefully you can kind of see me slide this in. All right, very good. Okay, so this will go at 180 degrees to the other side, like so. When you use this to tighten, to draw this up, feels good and clears nicely. Go ahead and start tightening this guy down. These two set screws that are opposing. If I get them two all full tight, I like to go ahead and just get them both kind of snug first. Then I'll get on it a little bit, put a little more force on it. Good to go. All right, so that concludes this video. So this was the old crank arm here with the steel chain ring. The upgraded version with the JG crankset here. I do think it looks pretty nice. I think it's a very good upgrade. You saw the weight difference between this and that, so not a bad upgrade, I think, for $29. If you like the video, if you're into bikes or camping, definitely subscribe. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of this build. I guess that's it. Thank you for watching.